I'm just gonna freestyle this thing, okay? Just freestyle, just feel it. Feel it, Sarah. Creativity, beauty, art. I have a confession to make. I'm not the best person at choosing presents for friends and family. What I like to do though is make them something. It's heartfelt, it's cheap, and it always pleases everyone. So this is my DIY gingerbread, because if I can DIY a disco, I can definitely DIY some gingerbread. The first thing we're gonna do is melt some butter in a pan. I like really spiced gingerbread. I like there to be lots of flavor. It's gingerbread, so I'm using ground ginger, of course. This is 3 whole teaspoons of it. And here's my little twist on what's basically a pretty traditional gingerbread recipe. This is Chinese 5-spice powder. And yep, it definitely smells like Chinese 5-spice powder. It's usually used in savory food. If you're freaked out by my use of 5-spice powder, and you shouldn't be though, but you can use any other spice that you like. Cinnamon, nutmeg, ground cloves, just play around with it. And once the spices hit the hot butter, you can smell all the aromas coming out. It smells like Christmas. Now I'm just gonna turn the heat back on, but really low. This is what they call muscovado sugar. It's nice and soft, but it gives a really nice caramelly tone to the gingerbread. Just for a little extra fudginess, I'm also going to put in some honey, just like 25 grams of it. Just stir it all together, and I'm just going to set this aside to cool down. Now onto the dry ingredients. This is plain flour, about 250 grams of it. It's only a little bit of cocoa powder, but it will help with the color of the gingerbread biscuits, as well as give it a bit of extra richness. I love chocolate so much. I'm sure you do too. I'll add in 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt. Just like when you're cooking savory food, whenever you're baking, you need to add a pinch of salt just to make sure you season it and bring all the flavors out. Just whisk all the dry ingredients together. Make sure it's nicely combined. Now this mixture of the sugar, the honey, the butter, and the spices, it smells amazing. It's cooled down, so all I have to do is add 1 egg and whisk it into the mixture. So just pour it in and whisk at the same time. So now I'm just gonna wrap it up in cling film and then put it in the fridge to chill until it's nice and firm, and then we can roll it out. And you can make shapes, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably just gonna make plain old circles. Jingle bell, jingle all the way. The gingerbread dough is out of the fridge. I let it soften up at room temperature a bit. And now we're gonna roll it out. These biscuits are a great Christmas gift because they're quite cheap to make. They smell like Christmas, they taste amazing, and if you want the person that you give them to really appreciate it, just film yourself rolling them out, because all of this effort is priceless. So just cut out the same shape again and again from the dough. As you roll your biscuits out and cut them into the shapes, you can carefully transfer them to a lined baking tray. I've got 1 batch of my lovely gingerbread biscuits all rolled out and ready to bake. They're going into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for between 10 to 15 minutes. They're gonna be crisp, fully cooked, but they shouldn't get much darker than they are now. So, good luck, babies. This is the part that freaks me out. I am really, I'm not good at this. It's making me nervous. I can't even talk. Okay, I've dyed my icing sugar. This is a really plain icing with icing sugar and water. You can use lemon juice, any other kind of liquid. And basically, I'm just gonna freestyle this thing, okay? Just freestyle, just feel it. Feel it, Sarah. Creativity, beauty, art. Okay, I know I could have done the professional thing, put this icing into a piping bag and try to really make them look good. But you know what? At least these are obviously homemade because you can't get stuff like this in the shop, probably because they would get complaints. But it doesn't matter how it looks. The story of this Christmas is inner beauty and it's all in the taste.